biggest thing that convinced you to come back on?
I think it was just kind of the sick feeling in my stomach that I left with at the end of last season. Knowing how it ended, knowing what's still on the table, and then just knowing now what it takes to get to that NBA level and giving myself a whole nother year to develop and be ready for that jump.
So in terms of stuff left on the table, what's there to eat this year?
My dream since I've been a little kid is to play in the Final Four, and I truly believe that this is the team that can do it, and we've had some really good teams here, and honestly I think that every year, but I'm really excited about this team, and that was part of also the decision is knowing what we have coming back, knowing the excitement that I had about the guys coming in. So I think it could be a really special season, and I'm really excited to see where we can go.
So this is your final off season officially with the Hawkeyes now. What's kind of been your biggest takeaway so far?
Just for myself, it's trying to stay relaxed and enjoy every single day, because I've had a blast in my 3 years here, and getting one more I didn't think I was going to get has been like waking up and getting to live your dream again. And I know there's another dream waiting for me someday, but right now I'm just kind of enjoying the moment.
Now that the decision's been made, is there a sense of maybe weight off the shoulder? You're able to relax now that you only have one thing to focus on?
Yeah. I'm still getting there. I think it was such a stressful process that it wore on me a little bit, but being back around the guys and the coaches and a system I'm really familiar with, it's been really good, and I've really enjoyed it so far.
Was there a moment from that experience that sticks out, whether it be in working out with an individual or a team, that you look back and you're like, that was a really cool experience?
Yeah, I remember working out for a bunch of teams. I thought being around the Celtics when they were going through their playoff run was one of the coolest things, and had a really good workout there. So it was flying all around the country, staying in hotels was super cool. I guess being at the Combine was another awesome experience.
What did you learn that you needed to work on that?
I think that my main takeaway was, the ultimate confidence that it takes to be able to succeed at that level. You can't watch these guys on TV and then, be scared of them. You got to go out there and, punch them in the mouth and show them what your game is instead of, being intimidated. And, that's the difference between the guys who make it and don't ultimately is, the skill levels so even across, all the role players in the league that it really just comes down to confidence.
How's that going to help Iowa this year with what you learned?
Yeah, I feel like I'm so much more experienced now, and kind of been to the top. So now coming back here, the game has slowed down a lot, and I'm able to help all these other younger guys with what it really takes to elevate your game and all the necessary things you have to do to elevate it. And I think that's going to give all these guys a huge advantage, and myself a huge advantage. And so far it's been really really good.
You were able to come in and play and improve last year, and how much confidence that gives you?
Oh yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence. It mostly came from my teammates and coaches, though. Just throwing me out there and just being able to contribute.
Josh, you had a pretty good stretch in the middle of the season or towards the end of the season last year. I think expectations are probably going to be a little bit higher for you in the season. Can you feel that, or are you aware of that?
Yeah, I feel it, but I also feel like it's our whole team we feel like expectations. Last year didn't go as we wanted, so we carry that chip on our shoulder every day in practice and just trying to make each other better.
You were so fundamentally sound last year in all parts of the game. Is that something you work on a daily basis?
Oh yeah, I feel like just our coaching staff really pushes that. Just low turnovers, moving the ball, just playing the right way, for sure.
Which of the newcomers is standing out the most right now, whether it be a transfer or a true freshman?
Honestly, all of them have had their moments, but I would say Seidu's been really good, just on the boards defensively, and he's honestly shown his shot's been really good too. I mean, Chris is super athletic. He's been really good on defense as well, and then Cooper, he's been super good, just shooting the ball. He plays really fundamentally sound as well.
Just a rock knockdown, like 15 straight shots over there. What have you seen from him so far?
Yeah, he was working on his jumper a little bit this offseason with Gatons a little bit. So, it's been a lot different. He's been making a lot more threes, so it'll be good for sure.
Talk about Payton and him coming back, testing the waters, but him coming back and what that does for this club.
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, I was super excited when he announced that he was coming back. Just having that leader here, that vocal leader. He does a lot for our team. Everything, rebounding, shooting. He draws a lot of defensive attention, so it will be great for us.
You lost Tony in the offseason, obviously, but you bring in a guy like Drew. What have you seen from him and the combination of him and Brock at that point guard spot?
Yeah, they've been battling every day. It's been a little chippy, but it's been good. They both push each other, but he's been really good. He's super sound, doesn't really turn the ball over at all. you know, can get downhill, super athletic, so, and he can defend as well, so he'll be good for sure.
What's a personal goal for you this season with new expectations? Because you were a fringe starter coming into last year, and now it seems like you're going to be in that starting five.
Yeah, just try to be as confident as I can out there, you know, just be more aggressive and look for my shot a little bit more to start the year especially. But yeah, just do anything I can to help the team, you know, still try and guard the best player defensively on the other team.
Yeah, ever since the offseason started last year, me and Coach Gatens have worked pretty hard on kind of moving my pocket up so I can get it off against the closeout and just getting it quicker, more consistent. It's been a good summer so far with that.
So you're putting up a lot of shots. That's something.
Yeah, pretty much every day, getting up as much as I can. We got a great coaching staff that helps me out, gets in the gym with me. A lot of our guys like to work out, so it's fun just getting in the gym with the guys and getting better all off season.
Have you noticed a big difference with your shot with all those changes?
Yeah, I mean, it's just getting more consistent with every day. I mean, it feels more comfortable out of my hand. Everyone feels like it's going in, and that's a good feeling when you know you have that option in your bag as well.
Coach Spurlock told me that he would have to kind of, talk you out of working so hard sometimes. You just talk about maybe how that work ethic has been doing you this offseason.
I mean, that's kind of what got me to this point my whole life. I mean, I've kind of not been the biggest guy, not been the strongest guy, so I've had to affect the game in different ways. And one of those things is my mindset. Going out there, think I'm the biggest guy on the court, that I'm attacking who's ever in front of me, and that's just kind of how I play, and that's affected me in the off season as well. We work at workouts, working out with our guys, kind of just helping everybody get in the gym.
It's challenging for a young player to come in and assert a leadership role, but you seem to be doing that going into your sophomore year. Talk about that. That's how important that is.
I mean, that's just always kind of been part of my game. I've always been a point guard. I've always played shortstop when I was younger. Those are kind of leadership roles. So you kind of gotta, if people aren't gonna like you sometimes when you're yelling at them on the court, but everybody knows I just want to win, and that's part of how you win. And everyone respects me off the court, and I think that's what makes this team so special and why we're gonna see big jumps this next season.
Talk about your experience that you got last year and how that's changed and how that's helped you so far.
For sure, getting a Big Ten season under your belt, getting to play minutes early as a freshman. Not everybody gets to do that. There was times where I wanted to play more, but we had great guys in front of me, so I got to learn from guys like Tony, DeSante, Josh, kind of playing under those guys, being with them on the weekends. It was just good to kind of learn from them, and now I get to kind of expand my role this year and kind of just use what I learned last year and use that on the court this year.
It's easier to speak up now. Having been here a year now and knowing these guys, is it easier to speak up?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, guys like Payton, Josh, I mean, they're okay with, they tell me to use my voice. They know that's kind of how I play and what I do, and so them kind of telling me last year to start using it as we went through the season, that's really helped me this year, kind of just not really caring and using my voice as much as I can.
How about Owen and coming in with him and how that made a difference for you? What that's been like?
For sure. Not everybody gets to come in with one of their teammates. I mean, we played for 4 years in high school, AAU, so, I mean, we kind of got to talk to each other throughout the offseason, talk to each other during the year. I mean, he had a great year last year. It was awesome to see, and I think both of us are going to have a great offseason and excited for next year.
Yeah, the chemistry, you could really see it last year, too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've always just kind of glued well together ever since our first game, and it just grows each and every year after we spend the time on the off the court, kind of shows on the court.
What's the you Bello coming in? What's the dynamic between, I guess, you two possibly playing together?
I mean, we're both quick, athletic guys that can guard. We want to kind of change our narrative as a team this year, be able to guard people, get up in people, kind of make them turn the ball over. And I think having two guards out there that are quick and can strong and kind of do that will really change the game, kind of speed things up.
How do you improve offensively, do you feel like?
I think just kind of getting strong in the offseason. I try to put on as much weight as I can. I'm not done, obviously. I mean, I still don't look where I want to. I'm not where I want to get to, so just kind of working with our strength coach, working with our nutritionist, trying to get as much weight as I can.
How much weight have you gained so far?
I think I'm up to like 8 pounds right now.
You happy with that at this point?
Yeah, I kind of want to get a couple more because I know I'll lose some during the season, so I want to be a little heavier going into the year. But then, yeah.
You consider yourself a pretty loyal guy, then, I would think, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the coaches were there for me in high school from the very beginning, so they were loyal to me, so I'm gonna be loyal to them for sure.
I've been hearing about your jump shot. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I spent this whole off season just working on it, becoming more confident in it, and just all that work is paying off, and it just feels really good to see him go in, and just it keeps building my confidence even more.
Sherman Dillard mentioned, I guess, maybe your jump shot before having like a little bit of a corkscrew and trying to get that figured out. Can you just kind of go through what that process has been like?
Yeah, so I had a little bit of a corkscrew during the spring, and I've worked with some coaches, and just they've helped me straighten it out and just get it to where it needs to be, and now it's just getting more confident in it and just put them up.
Owen,
how have you seen Brock developing here since we saw him last season?
Yeah, he's just stepping into his role as a leader. It's nothing that I didn't expect from him. Just the way he's playing, his competitiveness has just been taken to a whole nother level. He's shooting the ball, he's creating for his teammates, and just getting to the rim. So you're going to see a lot of special things out of him this year.
Do you think we didn't see all we could see from him last season?
I think we saw glimpses, but he's really stepping into his role as a leader and just the player he can be. So I think that this year is going to be a huge showcase for him, and he's going to put the world on notice.
What do you, when you're trying to kind of expand your game a little bit, just what all has gone into? Is it just getting reps? Like, what, how are you trying to expand?
Just getting reps and really just becoming more confident in my ball handling and just shooting the ball. That comes with reps every day, and for me, it's almost like concentrated reps, like reps where I can really feel a difference in my shot. And then just being able to push the ball off the floor and handle the rock. How do you
balance like integrating that part of your game and obviously like still being dominant down low?
Yeah.
How do you kind of
Yeah, it's just an everyday thing, and I mean you got to work on both. Just kind of stay consistent in both. Obviously, the jump shot kind of took a lot more like focus and everything, but I still was able to work on my post game and still maintain all the things I need to be a dominant post player.
Especially in the COVID era when you got fifth-year guys are matching up. But how much has size and strength been a focus of yours this offseason?
It's been huge. Towards the end of the year, I finished at like 222, and I'm weighing in at like 240, 242 now. So just feeling that on the court, just kind of feeling bigger, wider, just heavier, and stronger. So it's helped me a lot. It was a real big focus of mine, just because the guys in this league are big, strong guys. So it was something that I really wanted to implement this offseason.
So 20 pounds so far. How do you put on 20 pounds?
I mean, it's a grind. It's a grind. Every day, just come and focus to the weight room. Our strength coach does a great job getting us ready, and just eating the right things and just putting in the work.
What's the diet been looking like?
Yeah, a lot of protein, protein shakes, steak, whatever. Just kind of eating as much as I can, all the good stuff. So I'm just trying to keep up with that.
You know, like how many calories per day?
I don't. It's just enough to make me feel different. So, yeah.
Does it affect your game? I mean, can you feel it at all, the weight?
I feel stronger on the court just through my moves and everything. The coaches really emphasized that they want me to keep my athleticism and stuff like that, so I didn't want to put on too much. So just enough to like be able to hang out in the post and not get pushed around.
Owen, as a sophomore, are you embracing this leadership role that you're going to step into here this season?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's just my role after having a full season under my belt and just kind of setting the tone. Obviously, the NIT is a great tournament, but it's not what we want, and it's not what we're working for. And all of us kind of know that, and I kind of want to make that a focus for all of us as we continue to work every day.
In terms of the off-season acclimation of some of the new guys, how's the team been gelling so far?
We've been gelling great. I mean, we have really competitive practices, a lot of high-energy practices. Guys are going at it, and just we come to work every day, and we all kind of know the expectation. We want to play in the tournament. We want to make a run in the tournament. So we've all done a great job connecting on that, and just guys have connected outside of the court as well.
What's kind of been some of the key focal points that the coaching staff has been telling you guys from day one throughout the offseason?
Yeah, just kind of have that chip in the back of your mind. Like, people are leaving us out, people are ranking us really low. Just kind of remember that, and remember what we're working for. We're kind of using last year as momentum for this year. Like, we don't want to play in the same games that we did last year. We lost some games that we should have won, so we have that in the back of our mind, and that's something that we're working for.